Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're plunging into the story of a presence so commanding, so utterly unforgettable. His very voice could send shivers down your spine.
Yeah, absolutely. A true legend.
We're talking about a man whose sheer theatricality, his imposing personality, it just made him iconic. In fact, Hollywood titan Steven Spielberg famously called him his favorite villain.
Right, and he declared him the world's best villain who ever was and perhaps never will be. Which is, wow.
That's not just high praise, is it? It's more than that.
No, it really highlights how Amrish Puri, this giant of Indian cinema, just commanded a universal presence. Spielberg's admiration, it sort of suggests Puri's portrayal of evil resonated way beyond cultural borders,
Reaching that sort of archetypal level of villainy.
Exactly, something few actors ever achieve.
It really makes you wonder, though, given that global appeal, why might his journey have started with, struggle? So today, our deep dive is all about Amrish Puri, a truly iconic name. We'll be tracing his incredible journey from, humble beginnings in a really strong theater foundation.
Crucial foundation.
To becoming this internationally recognized actor.
Yeah.
Celebrated for both those chilling villainous roles and his heartwarming positive characters.
Such range.
Yeah. Our mission is basically to uncover the key moments, the surprising turns, and, the enduring impact of his remarkable career.
Yeah.
We're drawing from the source material, Amrish Puri, A Legendary Life in Cinema.
Okay.
So to really get how he became that unforgettable presence, let's go back to his origins, see what shaped him early on.
Right. Let's start with his early life. Amrish Puri, he was born June 22, 1932 in Nawanshar, Punjab. His parents were Lala Nihal Chand Puri and Vedkar.
And they had artistic roots already, didn't they?
They did, yeah. Quite strong connections, actually. His elder brothers, Shaman Puri and Madan Puri, they were also actors.
Oh, wow.
And get this, he was the cousin of the renowned singer K.L. Sehgal.
No kidding. So creativity definitely ran in the family.
Mm.
But what's really interesting, I think, is his own early interests during college. At DAV College, Hoshiarpur, and then BM College, Shimla.
Right.
It wasn't just acting he was into. Apparently, he was good at playing the flute.
Yeah, the flute, imitating Dilip Kumar.
Mm-hmm.
Sketching, even photography. It shows this surprisingly multifaceted artistic side, doesn't it? Way beyond just the intimidating guy we remember.
Totally. And he started performing pretty early, too, in plays.
Mm-hmm.
The Gaiety Theater and Kalibari Hall in Shimla.
Mm-hmm. It's sort of a glimpse into those diverse artistic foundations that, would later feed into his incredible range.
But the path to film wasn't exactly smooth sailing.
No, definitely not straightforward. When he moved to Mumbai in 1953, he actually faced initial rejections from filmmakers. And the reason? His unique face.
That's just incredible, isn't it? Because that very face became his signature.
Exactly. It's kind of a lesson, right? How something seen as a barrier can become your defining strength. Those features, they eventually allowed him to command the screen in a way maybe more conventional looks couldn't have.
Yeah, absolutely. But he didn't just give up then. He took some pretty practical steps.
He did. He joined All India Radio, AIR, worked in radio plays, commercials.
Yeah.
He was part of that famous Hawa Mahal program until 75.
And he also had a regular job.
Yeah, believe it or not, a government job at the Employees State Insurance Corporation, ESIC.
Wow. So this period, with the rejection, but also the resilience, what does that tell us about his dedication?
Oh, it speaks volumes about his tenacity, doesn't it? I mean, he didn't just quit when the main door seemed closed.
Right.
He pivoted. He honed his voice at AR, kept things stable with the government job, all while still nurturing that acting passion. That period, it definitely built the discipline, the patience, stuff that would serve him well later.
Especially when he turned more seriously to theater.
Precisely. Theater became the real crucible for his craft.
That dedication, it brings us to a really pivotal time for him, the stage. In 1961, he met the eminent dramatist Ibrahim Al-Qazi.
A huge figure.
And Al-Qazi cast him in Arthur Miller's A View from the Bridge. Then he worked with Satydev Dubey in Bichu, based on Moliere's Scorpion, and got involved with Dubey's theater unit in Mumbai.
And it was really on stage that his power started to, emerge. His performances, they profoundly impressed critics, audiences. He earned significant acclaim.
And that award.
Ah, yes. The Sangeet Natak Akademi Award in 1979. This is crucial. It's India's highest honor for performing arts, right?
Right.
And he got it before he achieved widespread fame in films. That just underscores how deep his theater roots were. His acting prowess was truly forged there, on the stage.
It sounds like that solid theater foundation was absolutely essential, especially thinking back to those early film rejections. Do you see a direct line there between the stage discipline and how he could just completely become characters on screen later?
Oh, absolutely. The rigor of theater. Sustained character work, needing that commanding voice and presence without quick cuts. All of that prepared him.
Yeah, for those intense film roles.
Definitely. And that theatrical training, it eventually opened the doors to the screen. His first actual on-screen role was in an American TV series, Maya, back in 1967.
Oh, interesting.
And then his first film, Prem Pujari, came out in 1971.
And from there, things started picking up. We see him in Ahat, Reshmar Shera, Holchul Sonki Haf, Hindustan Ki Kasam. Quite a few early roles.
Building that resume.
But it was his role in Girish Karnad's film Kadu that really got attention, wasn't it? Won national and Filmfare awards.
Yes, critically acclaimed. And he even did international work again, playing Maharaja Ranjit Singh in a French TV series, Le Soleil se lève à l'Est.
So he was building this really interesting, versatile portfolio even then.
He was. And while the stage career was strong, the screen was definitely calling. And it was there, really, in the world of cinematic villainy that Amrish Puri would become, well, a legend.
Yeah. When you think Amrish Puri, you almost instantly picture Mogambo.
Yeah.
From Mr. India.
Kushwa. Yeah, absolutely iconic. That role just defined screen villainy for a whole generation. But, that was just one of many incredible antagonists he played.
Oh, definitely. He created this whole gallery of distinct villains. Mogambo was theatrical, yes, but then you had the sheer menace of Balwant Rai and Gayal.
So menacing.
And Jagavar Chaudhary in Vitata, Thakral and Mary Young, Pojang in Tridev, Chada Vakil in Damini, Thakur Durjan Singh in Karan Arjun. What was his secret, do you think, making each one uniquely terrifying, not just, villain #3?
I think it was his incredible attention to detail and really understanding the character's motivation. He wasn't just playing evil in the abstract.
Right.
He played characters driven by specific flaws, desires, whether it was Mogambo's flamboyant megalomania or Thakral's cold calculation or the just raw brutality of Balwant Rai. He gave each one a distinct personality, posture, even how they spoke. But his global recognition, arguably, that peaked with Mola Ram.
Ah, yes. Indiana Jones.
In Spielberg's Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
And that casting story is something else. Dolly Thakur, the casting director, she sent his photos from a film called Garai to Spielberg.
Right.
And initially Spielberg wasn't interested.
Apparently not, but then later he actually traveled to India specifically to pick Amrish Puri from Mola Ram.
And that's where that famous quote comes in again. Spielberg saying he was the world's best villain, whoever was and perhaps never will be.
Extraordinary testament, isn't it? And let's not forget, he also played Dada Abdullah Haji Adab in the film Gandhi.
Right, another significant role.
Yeah. It's just rare, isn't it? For an actor, especially primarily from a different film industry, to make that kind of impression on someone like Spielberg, it really speaks to a universal understanding of villainy he could just tap into.
He was clearly this powerhouse villain. But here's where things get really interesting and maybe surprising for some listeners. From about 1990 to 2005, Amrish Puri totally flipped the script, showcasing incredible versatility. He started taking on many positive roles, even comedic ones.
Oh, absolutely. His performance in Chachi 420 is just brilliant comedic timing.
It really is. Such a surprise, maybe, given the Mogambo reputation.
It's like he figured out the secret to longevity, in a business that loves to typecast. He could just seamlessly shift from terrifying
to utterly charming, often with that little mischievous twinkle in his eye.
Exactly. Chachi 420, later Holchul. Great comedic stuff. But then also these masterfully played, beloved, often fatherly figures, like in Dilwal Dulhania Le Jayenge.
Oh, DDLJ Bauji. That role alone, it cemented him in people's hearts, didn't it? Showed he was so much more than just the bad guy.
Became a massive cultural phenomenon, that film. And that role.
And he kept delivering. Memorable performances as powerful, complex characters in films like Ghatak and Virasat, and nuanced, sympathetic roles too. Fool or Kante, Gardish, Tiljal, Pardes, China Gate, Badal, Muchi Kuch Kenahai, Muchi Shadi Karogi.
The list goes on. It shows that incredible range, moving audiences from fear to laughter to real empathy sometimes. He really did transcend typecasting.
And he got the recognition for it, too.
He did. Critically, quite substantial recognition. He got 14 Filmfare Award nominations over his career.
14.
And won 3 times. For Mary Young, Virasat, and Ghatak, solid wins for powerful performances.
And beyond the screen, his personal life seemed pretty grounded.
Yeah, it seems so. He married Urmila Divakar way back in 1957. They had 2 children, Rajiv and Namrata Puri.
And the acting legacy continues, right? His grandson.
That's right. Vardhan Puri made his acting debut in 2019, so the connection to cinema continues in the family.
Sadly, Amrish Puri passed away on January 12, 2005 in Mumbai.
Yes, after battling myelodysplastic syndrome, which is a rare type of blood cancer.
And even now, years after his passing, his artistic greatness, you still feel it so strongly when you watch his films. He leaves behind this incredible, enduring legacy.
Absolutely. If you sort of step back and look at the whole picture, his career was just this incredible arc, wasn't it?
Yeah.
From facing those initial struggles, that rejection, to becoming this celebrated theater artist, winning India's highest honors, then the iconic villain on a global stage.
And then shifting, again, becoming this beloved, versatile character actor, doing comedy, positive roles.
That's quite a journey.
He didn't just play characters, did he? He owned them. Left this indelible mark on cinema history. He really did redefine what it meant to be a villain. And then, so surprisingly, redefined what it meant to be a hero, or that beloved father figure. Just incredible breadth and a real refusal to be boxed in.
Which kind of brings us to a final thought, maybe for you, the listener, to ponder. What truly defines a legendary actor?
Good question.
Is it just the sheer number of films? Or those unforgettable, iconic roles? Or maybe it's the incredible versatility of the ability to break typecasting? Or is it the whole inspiring journey itself, the perseverance, the transformation?
It's probably a mix of all those things, isn't it? We definitely encourage you to revisit his filmography. It's incredibly diverse. Go discover some new facets of his artistry. You might be genuinely surprised at just how much more there is to explore beyond the roles you already know.